Have you ever spent money without thinking, and then wondered why life still feels empty? Welcome back to the channel. Maybe right now you are working hard every day just to make a living. Or maybe you have never really had to worry about money at all. But no matter where you are in life, there is one truth many people only learn when it is already too late. We don't understand the value of money until we are forced to earn it ourselves. Many people grow up with comfort, yet feel empty inside. Many people spend easily, yet live with stress and confusion. And many people believe that an easy life is a good life. But what happens when that comfort disappears? When you must stand on your own feet and earn every single dollar? Today, I want to share a story that may change the way you see money, work, and yourself. This story is called The Weight of a Dollar. I want to tell you a story about my life. It is a story about a boy who was blind, but who learned to see. That boy was me. When I was young, I lived in a bubble. My world was very small, but it was very expensive. I thought life was a game. I thought life was a long holiday. I never looked at a price tag. I never looked at a bill. Why should I? My father was rich. His pockets were deep. His bank account was full. I thought his money was like water in the ocean. I thought it would never run dry. I did not study hard in school. I did not listen to my teachers. When they talked about the future, I looked out the window. I dreamed of fast cars. I dreamed of sunny beaches. I did not want a job. I did not want a boss. I wanted to be free. I wanted to have fun. Every morning the sun came up, but I did not see it. I slept until the afternoon. My bed was soft. My pillows were made of feathers. When I finally woke up, I rang a bell. A servant brought me breakfast. I ate fresh fruit. I drank hot coffee. I watched television in my pajamas. I did not think about the time. Time did not matter to me. In the evenings, I called my friends. We were all the same. We wore shirts that cost more than a normal person's monthly salary. We wore shoes that were made of fine leather. We went to the best restaurants in the city. We ordered the most expensive food. We laughed loud. We made jokes. We did not care if we wasted food. We did not care if we wasted money. If I wanted a new phone, I bought it. If I wanted a trip to Paris, I booked a flight. I never asked my father for permission. I just asked for his credit card. He always gave it to me. He never said no. I thought he was happy to give me everything. I thought this was his job as a father. I did not think about his real job. I did not think about how he made the money. I only knew how to spend it. But one day the weather changed. The sky in my perfect world turned gray. I was in my room. I was planning a party for the weekend. Suddenly the door opened. It was my father. He did not knock. He walked in and the room felt cold. He was wearing his work suit. He looked tired. His face had deep lines. His eyes were not smiling. "Son," he said. His voice was low. "Turn off the music. Sit down." I smiled at him. I thought he was joking. "What is wrong, Father? Do you want to come to the party?" He did not laugh. He did not smile. He pointed to the chair. "Sit down," he said again. This time his voice was hard. It was like stone. I sat down. I felt a little nervous. My heart beat faster. "Is it about money?" I asked. "Do I need to spend less?" He looked at me for a long time. He took a deep breath. "You are 22 years old," he said. "You are a man, but you act like a child. You think life is a playground. You think money falls from the sky like rain." I shrugged my shoulders. "We have money, Father. Why should I worry? You worked hard so I can have fun. Isn't that right?" My father shook his head slowly. "No, that is not right. I worked hard to build a life, but you are not building anything. You are only destroying. You take, but you do not give. You spend, but you do not earn." "I don't understand," I said. "What do you want me to do?" "We will see," he said. "Tomorrow you will wake up early. You will come with me." "Where are we going?" I asked. "Are we going on a trip?" "Yes," he said. "A very different kind of trip." He left the room. I sat there alone. I was confused. I was a little angry. I did not want to wake up early. I did not want to go with him, but I had no choice. The next morning my alarm rang at 6 o'clock. It was dark outside, my eyes were heavy, my body wanted to sleep, but I remembered my father's face. I got up. I took a shower. I put on my best clothes. I put on my gold watch. I went downstairs. My father was waiting by the door. He looked at my clothes. He looked at my watch. He shook his head, but he said nothing. We walked to his car. It was not his big luxury car. It was an old car. I was surprised. "Get in," he said. We drove out of our big gate. We drove past the big houses of our neighbors. We drove toward the city center. But then, we kept driving. We went past the nice shops. We went past the tall offices. The streets began to change. The buildings became small and old. The roads were dirty. There were papers on the ground. I looked out the window. "Father, where are we? I do not like this place." He did not answer. He stopped the car on a busy street corner. "Look," he said. He pointed out the window. I looked. I saw a man standing by a cart. He was selling vegetables. The sun was hot. The man was sweating. His shirt was old and torn. He was shouting to the people, trying to sell his carrots and potatoes. "Do you see him?" my father asked. "Yes," I said. "He is just a seller." "He has been there since 4 in the morning," my father said. "He went to the market to buy those vegetables while you were sleeping. He will stand there until the sun goes down. He does this every day. He does not have a holiday. He works to buy food for his children." I looked at the man again. He looked very tired. He wiped the sweat from his face. My father drove again. He stopped in front of a small, dark shop. Through the window I saw an old woman. She was sitting at a machine. She was sewing clothes. Her back was bent. Her hands were shaking, but she moved fast. "Look at her," my father said. "She is 70 years old. She sews clothes all day. Her eyes are bad. Her back hurts. But she works. She works because she needs to pay for her house. She needs to buy medicine." I felt strange. I felt a lump in my throat. I had never seen people like this. In my world, everyone was rich. Everyone was happy. I did not know that life was hard. I did not know that people struggled just to eat. "Why are you showing me this?" I asked. My voice was quiet. My father turned to me. "Because this is real life," he said. "Life is not about parties. Life is not about new shoes. Life is about work. It is about struggle. You do not respect money because you do not know where it comes from. You think it is easy. But for these people, every dollar is heavy. Every coin costs sweat and pain." I looked down at my hands. They were soft. They were clean. I looked at my gold watch. Suddenly it felt very heavy on my wrist. I felt ashamed. We drove to my father's company. It was a big glass building. I had been there before, but only to ask for cash. Today was different. We walked inside. People were running. Phones were ringing loudly. Everyone looked stressed. My father took me to his office. He sat down behind his big desk. He looked at me. "You think I sit here and count money," he said. "But look at me. I have high blood pressure. I have stress. I make decisions that affect thousands of families. If I make a mistake, people lose their jobs. I carry a heavy weight on my shoulders. I carry it for you." I did not know what to say. I had never thought about his stress. I only thought about his wallet. Then, he did something that changed my life forever. He opened his drawer. He took out a small notebook and a pen. He put them on the desk. "From tomorrow," he said, "you work here." I laughed. I thought it was a joke. "Me? Work here? What will I do? Will I be a manager? Will I have an office?" "No," he said. "You will not be a manager. You know nothing. You have no skills. You will start at the bottom. You will be a junior clerk. You will earn the minimum wage. And I will not give you any more money. You will live on what you earn." My mouth fell open. "Father, you cannot be serious. I cannot live on minimum wage. How will I buy clothes? How will I go out with my friends?" "You will not go out," he said. "You will work. If you want money, you must earn it. If you want respect, you must build it." I went to bed that night feeling angry. I hated my father. I thought he was cruel. I thought he wanted to punish me. I did not sleep well. The next morning was the beginning of my new life. I woke up at 6 again. My father gave me a brown paper bag. "What is this?" I asked. "Your lunch," he said. "A sandwich and an apple. Restaurants are too expensive for a junior clerk." I held the bag. It felt light, but my heart felt heavy. We went to the office. My father did not take me to his floor. He took me to the basement. There were no windows. The lights were bright and white. There were rows of small desks. A man walked over to us. He was short and bald. He wore thick glasses. He did not smile. "This is Mr. William," my father said. "He is your boss. You listen to him. You do what he says. I am not your father here. I am just the owner of the company. Goodbye." My father walked away. He did not look back. I was alone with Mr. William. Mr. William looked at me over his glasses. "Follow me," he said. He took me to a small desk in the corner. It had a hard chair. There was a computer and a mountain of papers. "Your job is to check these numbers," Mr. William said. "Look at the paper. Look at the computer. If the numbers are different, mark it with a red pen. Do you understand?" "Yes," I said. Is that all?" "It is enough," he said. "Do not use your phone. Do not talk to others. Work." He walked away. I sat down. I looked at the papers. It looked boring. I started to work. 1 page, 2 pages, 5 pages. After 1 hour, my eyes hurt. The numbers seemed to dance on the page. My back hurt from the hard chair. I wanted to stand up. I wanted to check my phone. I reached for my pocket, but then I saw Mr. William watching me. I pulled my hand away. The time moved very slowly. Tick, tock, tick, tock. I looked at the clock. It was only 10 in the morning. How could I do this all day? At lunchtime, I saw the other workers. They did not go to fancy restaurants. They sat in a small room. They opened their paper bags. They ate sandwiches. They drank water. I sat in the corner. I opened my bag. The sandwich was cold. The apple was small. I ate it slowly. I watched the people. They were talking about their lives. "My son needs new shoes," one man said. "I need to work overtime this week." "My car is broken," a woman said. "I will take the bus until I get paid." They had real problems. They worried about small amounts of money. Yesterday, I would have laughed at them. Today, I was one of them. I felt small. I felt stupid. The afternoon was worse. I was tired. I wanted to sleep. I made mistakes. Mr. William came to my desk. He looked at my papers. He used his red pen to circle my mistakes. The paper looked like it was bleeding. "This is bad work," he said. "Do it again. Focus. If you cannot do this simple job, you are useless." His words hurt me. I wanted to shout at him. I wanted to say, "Do you know who I am?" But I knew the answer. Here, I was nobody. I was just a bad worker. I stayed late to fix my mistakes. When I left the building, it was dark. My father was waiting in the car. "How was your day?" he asked. "Terrible," I said. "I hate it. My back hurts. My eyes hurt. Mr. William is mean." My father smiled a little. "Good," he said. "That is the feeling of work." Days turned into weeks. The first month was hell. Every morning I wanted to quit. Every morning I wanted to beg my father for money. But I did not. I had a little bit of pride. I wanted to prove him wrong. Slowly things began to change. I learned to focus. I stopped looking at the clock. I looked at the numbers. I learned to be fast. I learned to be accurate. One day Mr. William came to my desk. I was nervous. I thought I made a mistake. He picked up my papers. He looked at them carefully. He looked at the computer. He put the papers down. He looked at me. "Good job," he said. "No mistakes today." He walked away. I sat there. I felt a strange feeling in my chest. It was warm. It was bright. It was pride. My father gave me money before, and I felt nothing. But Mr. William gave me 2 simple words, "Good job," and I felt like a king. I had earned those words. I had worked for them. I started to make friends with the other workers. I talked to the man who needed shoes for his son. I talked to the woman who took the bus. They were kind people. They were strong people. They worked hard not because they wanted to be rich, but because they loved their families. I stopped wearing my expensive clothes to work. I wore simple shirts. I stopped missing the fancy restaurants. I enjoyed my sandwich at lunch. I enjoyed the conversation. 6 months passed. I was a different person. I walked differently. I stood taller. My hands were not soft anymore. They had ink stains. My eyes were not sleepy. They were sharp. One evening my father called me to his study. The room was the same as before, but I was not the same. He looked at me. "I spoke to Mr. William today," he said. I felt nervous. "Is something wrong?" "He told me that you are his best worker," my father said. "He said you arrive early. He said you leave late. He said you help the others." I smiled. "I try my best." My father stood up. He walked around his desk. He stood in front of me. He put his hand on my shoulder. "I am proud of you, son," he said. Those words were better than any car. They were better than any trip to Paris. My father was proud of me. "You have learned the lesson," he said. "You know how hard it is to earn $1. You know the pain of work. You know the value of effort." He reached into his pocket. He pulled out a key. It was a shiny silver key. "This is not for a car," he said. "This is for a new office. It is on the 5th floor. It is small. It has a window. You are not a clerk anymore. You are a team leader. You will teach others how to work." I took the key. It felt cool in my hand. "Thank you, Father," I said. "Do not thank me," he said. "You earned it. I did not give this to you. You bought it with your sweat." I went to my new office the next day. It was small, just like he said. But the view from the window was beautiful. I could see the city. I could see the streets where the bus ran. I could see the markets. I sat at my desk. I thought about the boy I used to be. The boy who slept late. The boy who wasted money. That boy was gone. I realized that the easy life was not a good life. The easy life made me weak. The hard life made me strong. Now I understand. When I buy a piece of bread, I know someone grew the wheat. Someone woke up at 4 in the morning to bake it. When I buy a shirt, I see the old woman sewing in the dim light. Everything has a price. The price is not just money. The price is time. The price is life. My father gave me the greatest gift. He did not give me his money. He gave me the chance to struggle. He took away my comfort so I could find my character. Now I work every day. I work hard. I get tired. I have stress, but I am happy. I am happy because I am useful. I am building something. I am no longer just a son of a rich man. I am my own man. And that is a feeling that no amount of money can buy. When this story ends, the most important lesson is not about money. It is about who you become while earning it. An easy life may feel comfortable, but it often makes us weak. A hard life teaches us discipline, respect, and strength. Every dollar has weight. The weight of sweat. The weight of time. The weight of someone's life behind it. If this story made you think, if it touched something inside you, please like the video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel to support more meaningful stories like this. Thank you for listening. And remember, the value of life is not measured by how much money you have, but by who you become while earning it.